Yo, welcome
Welcome,
back
welcome.
to the Final Point podcast. I am your host, Josh, joined by my co host, Adriel. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Playing tournament champs right here.
Back to talk some more basketball. How can you call yourself the playing champs, man?
We
That's pretty bad, man.
we own it. We own it every year.
You know what? At least you're owning it.
This is what we do. This is all about heat culture right here. Getting to the play-in tournament every single year.
Yeah, man. I know, I know we got a lot to talk about today, but the fact that the Heat are making another playing tournament is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's talk some hoops, man. What do we got?
So we have a game concerning your Boston Celtics against the Milwaukee Bucks. And talking about the Bucks, how bad the Bucks have been, how disappointing. I think it's pretty easy to say that they're probably the most disappointing team right now in the NBA. And end of season, Giannis gets hurt so far with a non-contact injury, which to me, I think that makes it even scarier for if you're a Bucks fan, especially leading into the postseason now.
Yeah, if Giannis, we're not sure how serious the injury is. I know they're gonna do an MRI, but if Giannis got injured, man, that changes a lot because despite them doing bad, I still feel like come playoff time, Giannis will turn it up to another level, and they will make a deep run relying on Giannis and Dame. But let's see how bad that injury is because the East, everyone but the Celtics may have dodged the bullet there.
As
If
of right
Giannis is injured.
now, uh, it's being ruled as a left calf strain.
Okay. That doesn't tell
So,
me anything.
yeah, it doesn't seem like it's very serious. This he does have time. At this point, he has time. He has time to recover. But it could be something to watch now in the playoffs to see if maybe he re-aggravates it, or because we all know when playoffs come, these injuries they'll start to stack up easy.
It is the healthiest team wins.
Yep.
That's what it seems like nowadays. These past couple seasons, the team that is the healthiest is the one that ends up winning. So we'll keep an eye on that, monitor that. Besides that, I thought the Celtics didn't really show up tonight. I don't really think we have anything to play for at this point. I think we've sealed the number one seed. So I think we're just kind of playing to see how many wins we can rack up and maybe get to 65 wins, you know. But as far as us needing the win, we didn't really need it. The Bucks stood to lose more than us with the loss tonight. So I think the Bucks showed up, Celtics didn't, and Bucks got the win. Hopefully Giannis not injured because I want a healthy. I don't want no excuses when the Celtics run through the East. I don't want no excuse. I want everybody healthy. All right. I want Giannis healthy. I want Jimmy hitting his threes. Right. I, we want it
Yeah.
all. We don't want no easy path.
And I'm with you too because I want my team 100% healthy because if they do make another run like last year, I want them to be tip top Magoo in order
Hey,
to hit that finals run again.
right. Listen, the Celtics being the number one seed, man. I don't really know how to feel about it. If we're the number one seed and we end up losing before the making it to the NBA finals or even losing it in the finals, it was all for nothing. You know, the number one seed doesn't really matter. It just shows that we're still very dominant. The Drew Holiday trade worked, and everyone's healthy right now. So Celtics are looking good, but the number one seed doesn't really mean nothing to me. I don't care about the number one seed.
I think what puts more pressure as well
We
onto
want another
Boston
banner.
this year is that the front office went all in on the build.
Yeah,
They went
because
all in. This is all in.
yeah, no, because we're tired of losing in the finals, and in Boston we hang up banners. That's what we do, and that's not enough. Making it to the finals every year for
So
for some teams, right? That's like a dream. Think of the Charlotte Hornets, Portland Trailblazers, franchises like that. A deep playoff run is like, whoa, not for us. Uh.
been there, done that.
Been there, done that, dude. We need banners.
I think, man, I don't know. See, this is the thing about your Celtics, and I feel like a lot of Boston fans would disagree with me here, but I feel like even with your additions that you've made and how great you guys have been playing this year, I feel like you guys are still missing something, but I don't know what. I don't know what. But I feel like you guys are like still missing something. Maybe it's someone who maybe you're missing like a Draymond or like, somebody come off the bench who's just going to be your enforcer because those type of players really matter in the playoffs. Um, and I felt like Marcus Smart was that for you guys, but I mean,
That is such a good point. We don't have that Pat Bev,
yeah,
Draymond Green. Uh, to a certain extent, Bobby Portis. What Bobby
yeah,
Portis is to the Bucks. Someone to get
exactly.
in your face and kind of do all the dirty work. But I think this team is so complete. Besides that piece, I think that besides that, this team is so complete. There's not really one area where you can say, well, they're missing that. Yeah, what you mentioned, every team needs that. 100%. We do need a piece like that, but do we need it to win a championship? No.
Yeah,
But
not
it does
necessarily.
help. But it does
Mhm.
help. Yeah. But I think this team is the most complete team I've ever witnessed as a Celtics fan.
I mean,
We're talking about dating back to 91, D Brown,
I could say they're
Reggie Lewis.
probably the only team to really rival right now the Nuggets.
Well, the Nuggets, the reason why they're complete is because their starting five has not really changed in the past couple years. They've kind of stayed with the same team. That's kind of scary. That chemistry,
Yeah,
that you need chemistry like that. So yeah, the Nuggets to a certain point are kind of a perfect team too, but their bench is not really all that. I mean, when Jokic goes out, they drop.
yeah, they definitely do.
With a team like the Celtics, you can have Porzingis and D White out there with the bench, and they're running that pick and roll, and they might not lose really. They might not lose much with JB and JT on the bench. So it looks good now, but after last year's playoff, I'm traumatized, and I need some fucking action. All right, we need to get over the hump and just win a chip. That's it. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not. Okay. Denver's looking good. Minnesota's looking good. I don't even know if Cat's coming back,
Yeah, I
but
don't
if he
and
does, that is dangerous. The West is roaming with wolves right now. All right, not
and
just the Timberwolves, but other wolves.
and to be quick on that, I think they're better without him.
Listen, whenever you lose a piece like that, everybody steps their game up. Right, so it's
Yeah,
not necessarily that they're better. I just think people are just like, look, we still got to be that team.
but
Next
now the
man up.
offense is being played through Ant,
Yeah,
and
which
ultimately it's going to be that way in the future. But I think what we're witnessing right now is we're witnessing how dominant Ant is as of right now this season. I think the whole NBA is put on notice that this guy is coming.
and is no joke, man. I mean, he's so good. He's so good, man, and he's young too. Um, another piece that people are sleeping on for the Timberwolves when the Timberwolves signed Nas Reed to that deal.
Oh, that was
Ever, and
underrated, man.
everybody
That
was
was
like,
underrated.
even me, like I'm guilty of this. I looked at that trade and I said, this is a stupid. I mean, I looked at that signing. I said, this is a stupid signing. Why do you need three centers? Then down goes Cat, and you just replace him with Nas Reed. Nas Reed last game versus the Lakers, he had 31 points,
Yeah, he's
11
the beast.
rebounds.
He is an offensive rebounding
He can
superstar.
shoot. He shoots lights
Yeah,
out.
and he can shoot too, which makes it even more special.
So it begs it now. Here comes the question, right? If the Timberwolves don't win this season, do you keep Nas Reed at the contract that he's on, which is which is a bargain for a player like him, and you trade Cat? And look how they're playing now with no Cat. Imagine what you can get for Cat.
If if it's me, but I'm biased because I just don't really like Cat at all. I don't like his game. I mean, I recognize him that he's one of the best, but I don't know. I never liked his game. I'm not a fan. Me personally, you trade Cat, you start to kind of rebuild around Ant. You stay with the centers you got because you still got Nas Reed and you still got a Rudy Gobert that can do something, which I'm not also a fan of. Um, and you rebuild around Ant and you make that bench unit for Ant and you go defensive and you go all the way. That'd
Yeah,
be me.
yeah. So the you're right. The listen the Wolves are a team to watch out for. Um, that I don't know if do you want to touch on Dallas now?
You know what? Yeah, let's touch on Dallas because my Heat don't deserve to get the coverage in the spotlight right now until the very end
Okay.
for their actions lately.
It's just I'm looking at it from just like who listen, no disrespect to the Heat, but a lot of disrespect to the Heat, if that made any sense. Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't really see any compared to how the East playoffs are looking right now. The top 10 teams. I don't really see a team there that can beat the Celtics in 7 games. I just don't see it. Okay? Yes, we can bring up the Walking Dead Heat, right? Who always manage to find a way to creep on back, and get you from the back and just put a fucking knife right in you. But I don't really see anybody else that's even on our level, man. So I'm not worried about anybody in the East. So touching on the West, how how scary the West is looking with what I think of the top 3 teams are and no disrespect to OKC, but Denver, Minnesota, and Dallas, because Dallas is looking scary, man. I always when that trade first happened, I said to myself, a lot of people were saying, how is Luca and Kyrie gonna coexist? I said, listen, clearly you don't watch basketball, because Kyrie is one of the best catch and shoot players in the NBA. He's one of the best, or if not the best, ISO player in the NBA. And when Luca goes out, Kyrie can run the show. And Dallas got some shooters. And I always said that's why I was always confused as to why it wasn't working. But then they figured it out. And it's looking pretty scary, man. I think Dallas has a shot in 7 games. In a seven
Oh,
game series, Dallas has a shot to take anybody out. And I
they,
think it looks like Jokic is gonna wrap up the MVP award, but I feel like Luca is right there, right?
he is every year. I feel like he's there every single. It's either always Luca or Jokic. It's always
Yeah.
in between them every single year. How it hasn't been Luca yet for MVP? I don't know. That's another question.
Well, this
But
this may be his year, if not next year for sure. But Dallas is looking good, and if the Clippers right now they're in that 4 spot, and it looks like Mavs in that 5 spot. If they both stay the course and they got to see each other, I don't know, man. Mavs. I don't think anybody wants to see the Mavs right now in a 7 game series.
I think what's scary about them is that they're catching fire at the best time. At the
Yeah,
best time, and they're healthy, mostly healthy. Um, and like you said, that is I think that is also the other problem about Dallas is that for defenses, they're going to have to pick their poison every single game against them. They're going to have to say, "All right, we got to somehow shut down Luca, but then we got to deal with Kyrie." Or they got to shut down Kyrie and deal with Luca going off for 40 or 50 points a game. And I think that's going to be
yeah,
the scariest thing about them is that defenses aren't going to know how to cover them because they're so interchangeable. And I think now what they've been able to figure out is they've been able to figure out which one is who's going to have the switch. Is it going to be Luca tonight? Is it going to be you do it for the first quarter, I do it for the second quarter, or we do it intangible, which is what we've been seeing now recently. Um, and that's what's scary. That's what's scary. They definitely have a legit chance to take the Nuggets or take anyone in a 7 game series.
yeah. I'm always gonna be scared of the Nuggets, but going briefly back to the Celtics, that's the only team. Those are the three teams that I fear, and no disrespect to anybody in the East, but so much disrespect to them because I think they're all trash. So yeah, so the West looks good, man. The West looks good. These playoffs are going to be so entertaining. Both conferences, because even though the East is going to be depleted with talent with the injuries and stuff, but I still think it's going to be an entertaining playoffs and a very entertaining tournament. Uh, a very entertaining playing tournament with the already crowned playing champs, the Heat. L- Let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
Do you really think that this team, this Heat team, now we're transitioning over to the Heat.
Mhm.
Um, do you really think that this Heat team of this season is better than last year's Heat team? Do you really
Uh,
believe that?
so I'm gonna say it this way. Personnel wise, they're definitely better than last year. Only because this year we've added Jovic, who's starting to play now. He didn't play last year. We got Jaquez. We drafted him, and he turns out it's turning out great so far. Even though he's at a rookie wall right now, but overall great for the future. And we got Terry, and we don't have Kyle from last year. So I feel like we are better. But the problem with this team right now is the same problem we had last year, where we're stuck with a bunch of injuries. We have no cohesion into our lineups, and it's just been completely inconsistent defensively and offensively. So personnel wise, yes, we're better. On paper, we're better, but we're still running into the same exact problem. So I don't know how you fix that, other than completely doing a soft rebuild, which I think is going to happen right after the season. This right now. This iteration of this Heat team is probably the last iteration we'll see from this era, um, around Jimmy at least.
Who did the Heat trade for Terry Rozier?
First round pick and Kyle Lowry.
Okay. Are you telling me that another season with Gabe Vincent, Max Struess, a developed Jokic, Jaquez, and they still add Terry Rozier and Duncan playing the way he's playing? Do you think that that Heat team better would have been better than the moves that they made? Because they basically chose not to sign Struess and Gabe Vincent
Yes.
for whatever reason. You can say it was, luxury tax, whatever you want to say, but when you're trying to win, you win, and we've seen the Warriors go into the luxury tax a crazy amount of times. Why the Heat didn't keep those two and then still make the moves that they made and give those two another season with the Heat? I mean, now you're talking about coming off of a deep, unexpected playoff run with that same five, and then Kyle Lowry wasn't really part of that. I mean, he had his moments, but dude, what the fuck was he doing? He was like
Nothing.
a coach.
Yeah,
He was
nothing.
like assistant Haslam,
He had his foot,
So
his feet kicked
right.
up.
So imagine you add Terry Rozier to that team,
Exactly.
and not to mention you guys didn't even have Hero.
Exactly.
That's fucking wild, man.
Lightning in a
Think about
bottle.
that. That's
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
lightning in a bottle.
So I think this team that you have, I think last year's team was better. There was a certain chemistry that 2-3 middle school defense you guys were playing was working. Teams couldn't they were baffled by it, like if they've never seen it before. And I just think that was a better team. I don't know what's going on with your Heat, man. If you want to elaborate as to why you guys are yet in another playing tournament and the team is better. You're saying the team is
Um,
better.
it is better. It's just again another year plagued with injuries. Tyler Hero missing 20 something games. More he missed more games than Kyle Lowry this season, which is insane. He's only 24, 25 years old. Um, we had the Tyler Hero injuries. We had Jimmy going in and out of the lineup all season, and his inconsistencies all season. I mean, it's just endless. And whenever we got one player, we lost two. Two would come back. We lose another. This is the exact same thing that we ran into last year with the injuries and everyone being out and us working with skeleton crews. And it's just ridiculous at this point. Um, they're supposed to be the most conditioned team, like they say, hardworking team, but yet no one can stay on the floor for 50, 60 games at least in the season. Um, So I do believe by this off season, whatever happens after Tuesday, whatever happens, um, after this season's over, they're doing a soft rebuild, and this might be potentially maybe because honestly, if I have to say right now, if the Heat have to choose between Rozier and Tyler, they're getting rid of Tyler. They're keeping
But right
Rozier.
now, there's really nothing out there for you guys. This is the team you gotta roll out the same team next season.
Mostly, I'm
Yeah,
saying
you have
a
to.
soft rebuild. They need new bench players. They need to just figure out what to do with that second unit and that first unit because you can't keep rolling this stagnant offense. Literally everyone on there looks like they've never ran a cohesive offensive game. Um, I don't know why it looks like that. I don't know if it's because Jimmy likes to play slow. They want to speed up, so no one really knows what to do.
Listen,
I don't know
right,
what it
right.
is.
Jimmy does not look like the same Jimmy we saw in the playoffs. And
He doesn't.
listen. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It as it stands right now, if these teams stay the course and they stay in the position that they are right now, it looks like we may see Miami again in the first round. We may get another Boston Miami series. And if Jimmy starts playing like Himmy, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
I think I'll lose my mind, but to be fair, I don't think he has it in him. I don't think he has what he had
That's what
last
I
season.
think that's what he wants us all to think. I think this is Jimmy's sick game.
Yeah, and that's what I
I
think
think
too. I mean,
I think deep down inside he's the fucking Joker.
I
He's fucking with everybody.
I think
If
I
come playoff time Jimmy starts dropping 40 pieces, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
and and part of me does believe that. And listen, I'm not a sellout. I'm a ride or die. to the end, man. Even if we get bounced by Chicago in the play-in tournament, uh,
Well, if you get bounced by Chicago in the playing tournament, that's gonna be first of all, that's gonna be funny, and
yeah,
I'll feel
'cause
bad for you, but I'll be
yeah,
laughing.
because it would be a repeat of last year,
That would
but
be
we just
hilarious,
we
right?
just get this. Yeah, that would be horrible.
But if things stay the course and you guys play Atlanta, Atlanta has played you guys tough. That's
Every
gonna be
time
a tough outing
Murray's just, I don't know what goes into his veins when he hears Miami, but
when he hits Boston too.
yeah, that team.
He killed us.
It seems like he likes to play both of those teams.
Listen, anything can happen in these playoffs, but it looks like we may get another Boston Miami series. And listen, dude, I mean, this is gonna be it. So if that's how it's looking right now, I was hoping to see a Miami and Orlando matchup, the Sunshine State Classic, you know what I mean?
It's still possible. They did lose.
Right. So I mean it doesn't look like it's too possible right now, but that would be great if we got
If
that matchup.
if they
That'd be
somehow
awesome.
lose the first play-in game and win the second play-in game, they'll be in the Bucks uh bracket. So potentially they could face either the Bucks first round or the Magic first round. And if you're asking any Heat fan, I think that's the best the best option to go. Because I will say I want to see the Celtics, but I don't want to see them in the first round. I just don't.
Well,
Not in the
listen,
first. Second,
Wednesday,
third, yeah, not the first.
well, if it's up to me, I would rather you guys just get eliminated out of the play-in completely. And no one has to worry about the zombie heat. But Miami has Dallas tomorrow, and I'm expecting that's going to be a loss.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of feel
Hawks
the same.
Hawks got the Hornets. That's probably a win for the Hawks. And then the Magic play the Bucks, and the Bucks are the Giannis just got injured.
And
So
they've lost. I think they've lost like 6 games now. This is like the
right.
sixth game today.
So the Magic know the urgency, and they may win that. And now you're possibly looking at a scenario where the Magic might get up to the third spot. They might be the third seed, and that means they'll have
It's
home court advantage over you guys. So
yes.
if you guys meet in a series, we're talking Orlando with home court advantage. I don't know, man.
The thing about Orlando is I'm happy for them, obviously, but I don't think they can last in the playoffs, man. And it's only because I just don't think I think they don't have enough. I don't think they have enough consistent shooters. Uh, yeah, they have one of the best defenses in the East right now, and they're definitely up there on defense rankings. But consistently, I don't think they have enough guys that are going to be able to put numbers on the board for 7 games straight against any of these teams right now in the East. I mean, I think they'll have a chance against the Knicks or like the Cavs. Shit, even the Bucks, I feel like they might have a chance. But like bring it to anyone else. I don't know. I don't know. They're a big question mark, but I am taking them pretty serious just because of the season that they've had this year.
It's looking like it's gonna be a fun Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, Eastern Conference playoffs. So let's see what happens. These next couple games are gonna be. Let's see. We have man the playing tournament starts in 7 days. Man,
Yep.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Besides the Heat, who else do you see coming out of the East? Besides the Heat and the Celtics, who do you think is gonna surprise?
Like we were just talking, I think the Magic are going to surprise. Um, like I said, I think there's at least 3 teams that they can. I think they have a good chance of beating. Um, yeah, I think the Magic. Um, I think we're going to see some playoff Dame time events, but ultimately I don't think they're gonna come out of this alive, man. I don't have a good feeling. Also, Philly could make a very surprising run right now. Very surprising, which is why I am
Philly's
afraid
a
of them.
sleeper. Yeah.
Yep, I'm afraid of them right now for this playout playing game because you tell Maxi and Embiid, hey guys, we just got to win one game tonight. That's what scares me. You tell them
I
that we got
think
to
if it's
win one
just
game.
yeah, if it's just one game, I think MVP Embiid shows up and he
Yeah,
gets them that one game.
yeah,
And if you guys if it's against you guys and listen, if it's 7-8, then you guys still have a shot, because you guys lose, and then yeah, that's what happened last time with
yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
they
I think
lost to Atlanta and beat the Bulls and somehow ended up making it to the finals. Listen, you guys
and
can't make this up, man. We can't make
and
this up.
almost losing to the Bulls, only in the fourth quarter coming back and winning.
Yeah, so let's see let's see what crazy storylines come up with these play-ins and these playoffs, man. I'm looking forward to it. Our
But
next
before we end real quick, I just want to say to all you Heat fans who are applauding
talk to them.
this type of behavior from our team for thinking that every year we could just come out of the play. I get it. We're playing champions. I get it. But to think that we could do this every single year and be okay with it, that's
It's
loser
ridiculous.
mentality. That's loser mentality, guys. We're better than this. You guys know that. I'm talking to everyone out there. We're better than this. We don't need this.
I don't think they know
We,
that.
we're they need to. It's like none of you guys have been around for too long, and you guys didn't recognize the times that we've been first seed with Alonzo Mourning, and the Big Three era. You guys lost our way. You guys became complicit to everything going on to the last 3 seasons. But this is nothing to be. This is not fun and games on Tuesday.
No.
Tuesday's not is no fun and games. So we need to get our shit together and make our run now. So that's all I'm gonna say because that rhetoric has been pissing me off. I can't believe people believe that. It's
I
crazy to
I
believe
I I think I think you've been heard. I think that's the motivational speech that the Miami Heat needed to
that.
lose against Philly and then some and then beat the Bulls.
Yeah, and just do it all over again.
Oh
It's
man. Hey
crazy
man,
talk.
listen, man, we got to do another podcast on Saturday after everything's said and done. I
Yeah,
think everything's gonna wrap up on Saturday,
yeah.
and then after
Saturday
the
will give us a
playoff.
good look out to how everything's gonna roll. Um, so we'll stay vigilant on that, and we'll be watching that as days go by.
Yeah, because the last set of games are on the 14th.
Yep,
Those are the last games.
and it's over.
All right, let's get it on, man.
Yep,
Okay, so hey, listen, thanks for tuning in. Tune in for another episode on Saturday, and we'll look at the playing tournament and give it our feedback on that. It should be the Heat coming out on top, uh, according to Adriel. Playing
playing
champions,
champs.
man. All right, guys, peace, man.
All righty, guys. See ya.